this is Datila, and welcome to the Wrestling Time Post Show. It is Saturday, May 10th, 2025, and tonight I'll be reviewing WWE
Like
Backlash.
a
But
watch right
joining me for
there.
this, sorry, I know, joining me for this is none other than Michael 101591.
How you doing, Datila? How's
Doing good.
everything? Thank you for
Yourself?
having me on.
Of
Welcome to the
course.
Monday Night Raw review.
Mhm.
Actually, Backlash.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had to joke around for Datila's botch.
That's true. All right, let's get into this. So, WWE Backlash kicked off with the fatal four-way for the U.S. title. It was Jacob Fatu versus Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre versus L.A. Knight. Yeah.
Yeah,
So honestly, this was a really great match. I thought it was a great way to kick off the show. This was definitely the showcase of Jacob Fatu. Like Jacob Fatu was all over this match. He was definitely the highlight. That pop-up Samoan drop to Drew McIntyre. And then that Samoan drop to Damian Priest on the barricade. That was
hmm
great.
yeah, a lot of good spots here in this match. All four
Definitely.
guys gave it all they got.
Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely the feud between McIntyre and Damian Priest is not over. There's one spot I wanted to talk about. The South of Heaven to Drew McIntyre that Damian Priest did off the crates to the table. According to Mike Johnson, a PWI insider, he had to be checked out by WWE Medical because his head missed the table during the big South of Heaven spot with Damian Priest and hit the floor hard.
Yes. So he's probably injured.
I will actually, from on Sports Illustrated, there's an update. It says WWE Chief Content Officer Paul Triple H Levesque gave an update on Drew McIntyre during the Backlash press conference Saturday night. He said everyone in the men's United States match was able to come out of it healthy, including the Scottish Warrior. I think Priest got a tooth that he's hoping will stay inside of his head for a couple of days here and get solid again. Other than that, Drew McIntyre a little banged up, but totally fine. So
Okay.
that's good to hear that he wasn't seriously injured because that spot could have been bad.
Yeah, because there was stuff going around after saying, "Oh, McIntyre is probably injured," but that it's not that serious.
Yeah, for sure. Also, this match marked the debut of Jeff Cobb, who helped Jacob Fatu win this match. Now, if you notice, even though Jacob Fatu won, he seemed confused about why Jeff Cobb was there. Like it seems like Solo Sikoa brought him in because you remember on SmackDown, Solo Sikoa said that they don't have any warriors because both Tama Tonga and Tangaloa are out with injuries. So it seems like this was Solo's idea. I think this is just gonna further the feud between Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa.
Yeah, I think this is going to be. I think this match is going to be saved for Saturday night's main event.
What Solo Sikoa versus Jacob Fatu?
I think so. I can't.
Mm,
I can't see them possibly building it up towards Money in the Bank.
you can if you have Solo versus if you have Jacob versus Jeff Cobb, and then you have Jacob versus Solo, but Jeff Cobb gets in the way or something like that.
Yeah, but
So
Jeff Cobb, he's good. I haven't seen his matches in New Japan. I just remember him. If you've seen Lucha Underground, he
I
was
have not.
Matanza Cueto. He was the son of Dario Cueto, and he came out wearing like this mask and like this sort of like old like called like jacket. Like you look like what Eric Rowan wore.
Okay.
So it's kind of like that. And he was Lucha Underground champion,
Okay.
which was cool. He was a badass as Matanza.
hmm
Really enjoyed what they did with him down there in Lucha Underground.
I've only seen Jeff Cobb from when he is short run in AEW, so I'm not too familiar with
Yeah,
him. But
he was also in AEW as well.
hmm so we'll see how he does in WWE. But yeah, he's definitely seems like he's gonna be used to set up the feud between Jacob and Solo.
I'm really looking forward to what they're going to do with Jeff Cobb.
Same. All right, next we get the women's IC title match. It's Becky Lynch versus Lyra. Honestly, this was a really fucking great match.
I agree. Very solid women's match.
Mm-hmm. For it being the only women's match on tonight's card, they definitely delivered.
Mm-hmm. They had to go out because like you said, was the only women's match on the card, and they needed something to, get the fans invested and not be bored by the match.
Mm. I think Lyra really took it to Becky during this
I agree.
match. Now, Becky, I'm assuming it was an accident. She broke Lyra Valkyria's nose.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I
That,
noticed that she had blood on her elbow, and I was like, "Where's that blood from?" And then I saw Lyra like go like this. So
I thought that she just like cut herself up
yeah, I
on
kind
the
of thought
spot.
that too. I didn't realize um, that she broke Lyra's nose until after. But I was really surprised Lyra Valkyria won this, and then at the end, Becky attacked Lyra. So I thought for sure Becky was gonna take this. What about you?
I thought that because I thought that Lyra was going to retain. This is the first time that the Women's Intercontinental Championship is defended on a premium live event,
Mm-hmm.
and this would be a way. This would have been a way for Lyra to retain the title. Although a lot of people predicted Becky would win the
Mm-hmm.
title, and I'm glad that it wasn't that. And I'm glad that that Lyra retained because give her a decent reign with the Women's Intercontinental Championship. I mean, she's the first ever. She deserves to have a pretty lengthy reign,
Mm-hmm.
not lose it that quick.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean,
So
Chelsea had her days as the Women's United States champion, and she lost it to Zelina Vega. So she kind of had a pretty good little reign with that title.
I often compare Chelsea Green and Lyra Valkyria in the sense of when you look at Chelsea, the way she was booked as Women's United States Champion versus Lyra Valkyria as Women's Intercontinental Champion, it was like night and day. I still think Chelsea Green's U.S. title run was a lot better and much stronger than Lyra Valkyria's current Intercontinental title reign.
Yeah, and I see it. It's like what you said, night and day.
Just like Braun Breaker and Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo Hayes was the number one draft pick for SmackDown, and Braun Breaker, I think, was the number one draft pick for Raw. I don't
Yeah,
remember. And look at them, night and day as well.
one's over and one's a jobber now.
Yeah. All right, so next we get the men's IC title match is Dominik Mysterio versus Penta. Cero
That's Cero
miedo.
Miedo.
Cero miedo. This was also a fun match. Of course, I was rooting for Penta Cero miedo. That Mexican destroyer to Dom on the ring apron was actually pretty cool.
That was one of the nice spots in the match here. That
Mm-hmm.
was pretty crazy.
Now, of course, typical Judgment Day interference, but I did notice something. So there was this spot where JD and Finn Balor were trying to take out Penta while Carita had the ref distracted. Now, I don't know about you, but it seems like Finn Balor purposely took too long and he went to get a chair
Mm-hmm.
and causing the ref to get Judgment Day ejected. Do you think he did that on purpose or was that an accident?
I think he meant to do that on purpose
Same.
because we all know, the tease of Balor going away from the Judgment Day. It's eventually going to happen.
Mm-hmm. So then eventually he distracts the ref so El Grande Americano can knock off Penta. But I question if he was distracting the ref to actually help out Dom or if he was trying to distract the ref to maybe give Penta an advantage here. Because I don't think he knew El Grande Americano was going to be there.
Yeah, like I saw that. I'm like, why is Chad Gable, Grande Americana helping the Judgment Day? Like,
Yeah, because remember, he also came out on during Raw. And I think it was JD that said why nobody told him El Grande Americano was going to be out there.
yeah, I remember that.
So I question what Finn Balor's intentions here were.
Yeah, it was probably done on purpose by him.
Yeah, I definitely do think that this is leading to Finn Balor maybe possibly challenging Dom for the IC title and taking the title off of him and breaking away from Judgment Day.
Yeah, because after Dom won the title, Balor showed a little jealousy there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and one last thing before we move on to the next match. Dom paying tribute to his Wedita,
Yep.
Liv, by hitting the
Oblivion.
Oblivion to Penta. That was cool. I thought that was really cool. So next we get Gunther versus Pat McAfee. This was actually kind of a sleeper hit.
This was a long squash match, but it was enjoyable. I was entertained by it.
Same.
I thought this would be terrible, but I was highly entertained by it. Give Pat McAfee his flowers.
I think the spot that did it for me was when Michael Cole was holding Gunther's leg as the ref was counting 3, and Gunther still managed to kick out.
Yeah, and then when he held on to Gunther's leg, and Pat McAfee just went for the cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then kick out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think we're gonna see Gunther get his hands on Michael Cole.
I think so too.
I think we're gonna see Michael Cole again in the ring, which we don't want to remember his match with Jerry Lawler
at that the coal mine.
Yeah, the coal mine. He was so awful as a heel.
And he's never been a heel since he had to announce Jerry Lawler's heart attack on national TV.
Mm-hmm. Good. Don't let him be a heel no more. He sucked as a heel.
Yeah, the coal miners. Were you a coal miner?
No. I hated the hell out of that. It was so stupid.
Same. Yeah, but I thought this was surprisingly a fun, entertaining match. This was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. But I'm not surprised Gunther won. I think Gunther needed a massive win after he lost Jey Uso.
Everybody was predicting Gunther was going to win this.
Yeah. I think that was pretty obvious.
And you have Michael Cole on commentary like, "Oh, you made your thing. Just pin him, just end the match."
Mm-hmm. Okay. So the main event which we all knew what the main event was going to be, was the 30 title matches, John Cena versus Randy Orton. Being in Randy Orton's hometown, so he got a massive ovation here. Now, I have to say, I don't know about you, but I kind of felt old. This made me feel so old because you know how they did the stats and they're talking about this is the final time. Like they debuted in 2002. I was 9 when they debuted.
I was maybe 10 and a half, 11.
I was 9. I'm 32 now. However, I'm 32 now, so like I'm just trying to it's just processing. Like my back started hurting.
Somebody carry Datila.
Somebody give me an ice pack.
Somebody give her an ice pack.
I kid you not, because it's been that long. Like it's literally been that long. I was in elementary school when they debuted it.
The good old days.
I have my career now.
I still remember. I remember Randy Orton's debut on SmackDown. His first match was against Hardcore Holly.
Yeah. That's what I'm seeing. Like, it's just so crazy how much time has gone by.
And he actually beat Hardcore Holly in his debut.
That I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
But anywho, I kind of thought this match started off a lot, kind of slow, but it certainly picked up towards the middle.
It started off with a collar and elbow lockup. And when I saw that, I was like, "Oh, please don't tell me this is going in the same reign as Cena and Cody at Mania."
Mm-hmm.
That's how Cena and Cody match in the main event of night 2 started. Collar and elbow lockup. Look where it went after.
I mean, you had Cena hit Randy with 3 AAs. You had Orton hit John Cena with an AA. You had Cena attempt a punt. 3 different refs got knocked out during this match.
2 different refs got knocked out.
Huh? Oh, 2 different? I thought it was 3.
No, it was only 2. I'm like, when second ref got knocked out, I'm like, are they running low on refs tonight? Did they not have a lot of refs for the show?
The first ref that got knocked out was like, I got knocked out and back up again. Anybody know that reference? Let me know it.
I don't even know.
Song. It's a song. Summer Wong? I forgot. I can't see the band name. They have a weird band name. But
it's not Wu-Tang, right?
No. And then let's talk about how R-Truth came out to help John Cena.
Oh God.
That's his childhood hero, though.
Yep. And then he got RKO'd by Orton. And speaking of R-Truth, he got laid out on the post show by John Cena through the table.
I think everybody was waiting for John Cena to do that. After R-Truth held a sign of "Let's Go Cena" on SmackDown.
Yeah.
So Randy Orton, there was a part where Nick Aldis and security came out, and Randy Orton was just giving everyone an RKO, including Nick Aldis himself.
He will be fine.
So it's interesting because I felt like before WrestleMania, after KO got injured, they kind of teased like it was Orton versus Nick Aldis. I personally wouldn't mind seeing Randy Orton versus Nick Aldis. So this is his third RKO that he's given to him.
Yeah.
So I wonder if this is going to lead to something, like maybe a possible in-ring debut by Nick Aldis or something, like a one-time like match. We'll have to wait and see,
Maybe.
but it's definitely going to lead to something, I would think,
I could hopefully see that happen at SummerSlam. If that's the case.
I could see that too.
Which, if that is, take my money, because hopefully I will be there for SummerSlam this year.
Both nights or just one?
Both nights. I want to hopefully go both nights, because there's only a 2-day combo. There's no separate general admission tickets. It's only a 2-day now.
That's kind of lame. All right, so then obviously John Cena wins this after he hits Randy Orton with the title. So I thought this was a fun little to kind of square off their rivalry over the years. Especially if this is the last time as they were plugging it. So what are your thoughts on this match overall?
Very good match this was. I was kind of skeptical at the beginning because it was moving at a slow pace, but when you think about it, when the match moved at a slow pace, it's very old school. It's very old school pro wrestling-ish. And I thought it was going to be as bad as Cena and Cody at Mania, but that wasn't the case. I was entertained. Cena and Orton have had matches in the past which were entertaining, and this one was, highly entertaining as well. And this match was way better than Cena and Cody at Mania Night 2 in that main event.
Mm-hmm. For real. So overall, let's go from 1 to Sean Spears' perfect 10. What would you rank Backlash?
Backlash for me is a 7 out of 10. I thought Backlash, even though of the predictable results at points, I thought it was better than both nights of Mania combined, and it made for a highly fun, enjoyable, over 3-hour show that kept us entertained.
So I was originally going to give this an 8 out of 10, but I think I'm going to change my mind. I give it a 7.5 out of 10. The reason why is because I feel like Orton versus Cena did kind of start off a little slow. And then Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch, the finish seemed like it happened really fast. It was like a roll-up, wasn't it?
It was a roll-up. It was a counter roll-up by Lyra.
Yeah, so that's the reason why I had to give it a 7.5. Just those two reasons. But aside from that, it was a pretty enjoyable pay-per-view. Actually, one of the best so far this year. Yeah, so I guess that's it.
And next is Money in the Bank,
which I'll be attending Money in the Bank and Worlds Collide. Should be fun.
Datila will be attending both. So
yeah, I got the combo tickets. So
we're looking forward to how that show is going to be. Hopefully, it's a banger show.
I'm hoping.
Is Money in the Bank going to be at the same arena that the Raw on Netflix show was in the Intuit Dome?
Yes. Money in the Bank is going to be in the Intuit Dome, and Worlds Collide is going to be at the Kia Forum.
So you'll be at the Intuit Dome twice in 1 year this year.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And if I managed to go to Survivor Series, I would have done all of the LA shows plus San Diego.
You never know. You could go to Survivor Series.
Never know. Should be interesting. We'll get there when we'll talk about that when I cross that bridge. All right. Mm-hmm. So where can people find you?
Well, you guys can find me at my channel here, Michael101591. I do WWE reviews, Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, PLEs. My review of Backlash is now up on my channel. So after we're done with the live stream here, head on over to my channel, check out my full in-depth review of Backlash, where I talk about the show, the match, move to move, in the matches. So check that out. I also do movie reviews, DVD, Blu-ray, 4K updates. I have old school commercials on my channel, so check that out. Datila pops up from time to time on my channel, so check out my live streams of those. I have a podcast that I do called Bell Call Podcast with me and my buddy Noah Kaser. So check out that. If you like what you see, give me a subscribe.
Yeah, and as for yours truly, you can follow me on Twitter at @this_. I talk about Raw, SmackDown, AEW Dynamite, and of course TNA Impact. I go live every Monday, occasional Wednesdays, Fridays, occasional Saturdays and Sundays, and of course for all things TNA, you catch me every Thursday on Body Sun. With that being said, thank you guys all so much for watching. For the continued support, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell so you can notify whenever I go live or release a new video. And I see you guys Monday after Raw. Bye.
See you guys.